Welcome back to Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. Nifty is very flat in today's trading session. 24,650 right now is what the Nifty is managing to hold on to. So let's keep an eye out on that. The broader end of the market, though, is also seeing a bit of a decline and is underperforming. So yes, Nifty mid-cap is down 0.1% still in trade, and that is what we're watching out for as well. But a lot of stocks that are moving around in trade, and in our movers and shakers segment, where we track all these individual stocks that are buzzing in trade, let's go across to a team of research now who's here to give us those individual details about why these stocks are moving in trade. Mangalam, first up, you are tracking Blue Dart as well as Allcargo Logistics. Why are they both in focus?
Both of them are in focus because they've gone ahead and done what they annually do towards the end of September, which is announce a price hike for the next year. And this time for both Blue Dart as well as Allcargo, the price hikes which are effective January 1st, 2026 have been pretty similar to what they announce every year as well. 9 to 12% on an average for Blue Dart, around 10% for Allcargo Gati as well. So both those stocks come up for you. While a price hike every year is what the analyst community expects and they bake in their estimates as well, on the day they announce this price hike, the street really gets excited about it. A couple of things that really we need to keep an eye out on for both Blue Dart as well as Allcargo. Typically, the third quarter is seasonally the strongest because you have a lot of these, festive season online sales that take place as well. So that means big business for them. And secondly, whether they go ahead and, give the price hikes that they've announced from Jan 2026 to that extent that they've announced, because usually between the announcement and the actual implementation, there is a negotiation that happens between the clients, etc. So the average realization increase is 6 to 7% as against the 10-12% that they announce in terms of a price hike as well. And mind you, the stock price move on the day of the announcement versus the company's share price performance over the next 12 months are fairly divergent. So if you look at Blue Dart, today is up around 6%, but over the last 12 months or so, it's down around 15%. Similar is the case for something like an Allcargo Gati as well. Today, it's up in the trade session, but the last 12 months or so, it's down about 32%. So just be mindful of these, factors. The price hike, obviously a positive and expected by the street, these stocks buzzing around.
Okay, all right, Mangalam, thanks very much for that. So Blue Dart and Allcargo Gati, both those stocks in focus. But let's go across to Gaurav, who's going to tell us about Sammaan Capital and why he's looking at that. Gaurav, over to you.
Well, yes, when we look at Sammaan Capital, today the stock actually opened with a strong performance, although it has given us some of its game. But let's understand what is happening. First is that 2nd October is a date where board meeting will happen, where they will consider and evaluate fundraising via equity. Second, yesterday also, when we look at the stock performance, it was up more than 10%. And yesterday, to add up to that, we also saw ICICI Pru MF actually bought 43 lakh shares at a price of around 151.95 rupees per share. Apart from that, in the last 1 month, we have seen this stock actually outperforming because apart from all these news flows, there are other fundamental triggers. So first, let's talk about appointment of Mr. Himanshu Modi as Deputy CEO. Other than that, for FY27, the company is saying that the legacy book is going to contribute in single digits versus what it is right now at 37%. They are also saying that the AUM is going to reach around 1 lakh crores, which implies 27% CAGR growth from here. And at the same time, management also expects credit cost to go at around 1% at a steady state, which is currently at 3%. Other than that, when we look at valuations, they are also attractive because the stock currently is trading at around 0.58 times price to book, given that the recent rally. And given all these factors, we are seeing some kind of healthy rally in Sammaan Capital. Let's see if it sustains. But for now, we are seeing some kind of gains coming up in this stock.
At that point, whether that sustains or not is something that we'll definitely watch out for. Gaurav, that's about, Sammaan Capital, but from Sammaan, let's move on to Man Industries. That's the one that Nigel is tracking. Nigel, it's under pressure today.
Well, that's right. Man Industries is under pressure following the regulatory action. SEBI has barred the company and 3 of its top executives from the securities market for 2 years. The names include the Managing Director, Nikhil Mansukhani, the Chairman, Ramesh Mansukhani, as well as the former Finance Chief, Ashok Gupta. Now, in addition, SEBI has also imposed a penalty of around 25 lakh each of these executives. The regulator's action, well, it's based on the findings that go beyond a single transaction or financial year, citing a pattern of conduct that disregards transparency as well as accountability. Man Industries, well, they have responded with a clarification. They are stating that the primary issue relates to non-consolidation of its subsidiary, which is Merino Shelters Private Limited, along with some minor compliance lapses between FY 2015 to 2021. They also add that consolidation of the subsidiary's financials started from FY 23 and 24. They go on to state that their order book is solid at around 4,700 crores. The company assures stakeholders that business operations continue unaffected. They maintain a robust order book and all their facilities are fully operational. Investors, well, they'll be looking and watching how Man Industries navigates this regulatory challenge and the current market pressure. Nonetheless, for the time being, a rap on the knuckles from the regulator, and that's why the stock under pressure.
Okay, Nigel, thank you so much for that. But let's move on and go across to Nimesh, who's tracking Coforge as well. Nimesh, the stock is buzzing in trade. What's the update here today?
Well, so the stock is buzzing on the back of a big report from CLSA. They've initiated coverage on the stock with an outperform rating and a target price of 23.46. I guess they're the highest on the street, and which indicates a more than 50% upside from current levels. So that's the reason why the stock is excited today. Now, Coforge is among the top 10 Indian companies in terms of revenue, and 2/3 of its revenues come from the financial as well as the travel verticals. Given the strong execution track record of the management, which is clearly visible in the strong order book revenue as well as earnings in the last couple of quarters, CLSA is forecasting FY26, FY28 revenue and EBIT CAGR of 15-16% and an EPS CAGR of 22%. Guess this is one of the most fastest growing IT company, and given the execution track record of the company, CLSA believes that there is a potential of more than 50% upside. So a big report initiating coverage on Coforge with an outperform rating and a target price of 23.46.
Take that point, Nimesh. Thanks a lot for that. So that's about Coforge, a big report coming in, a big upside target as well. But while you were talking, Nimesh, there was Nigel in the studio. He's still with us, and he was showing us some of the Garba moves that were happening. The last day of Navratri, I suppose, before we go on to the Shera. So I think
Nigel has to show us some moves.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some moves, something.
Actually, our colleague Vamakshi is moving on, right?
Yeah.
And so I thought that they were preparing and practicing for the Sangeet. This was around 20 days ago. They said, no, they're practicing for Garba. So then I realized a couple of times, tack.
Where are you doing this tonight? Where in which?
Actually, let's see. I mean, it depends on where Vinny takes us. Because yesterday, I believe Vinny, Vamakshi, they were burning the dance floor. So pick up a little bit of some of those steps. Mangal.
I can only do chopsticks.
Guys, the holiday is on Thursday.
Ekta, how about you? Okay, three of us are known to be moving around left, right, and center. Let's ask Ekta to do a step or two.
I'm fine with not doing this.
I say that it's all Punjab.
All right.
Okay, guys, Thursday is the holiday, not today. We still have work to do today, but thanks very much for that entertainment also, Nigel. Well, we'll take a short break with the news that the Nifty is just about flat, so that's probably why you think today is a holiday as well. We'll take a short break and be back and connect with Ritu to decode what to expect from the RBI policy tomorrow. Stay tuned.